Hello, hello, hello. Hello! If you guys have never seen me before, I'm a coin ring maker. I make coins into rings, and today we're going to be working on this 1899 Morgan silver dollar. Make it into a size 12 coin ring. If at any time during this live you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. And if you'd like to check out my shop, you can go to buycoinrings.com, coinringmaker.com, or the link down here on the screen. We do have a fall sale going on right now, so it's a good time to check out what's on sale and save yourself a little bit of money. These Morgan silver dollars are usually $200. I've got them on sale for $150 right now. That's a pretty good deal if anybody's interested. And I'm going to go ahead and wait about another 30 seconds before I get started. If anyone has any questions, let me know. Alright, so we're going to start out by taking a real good look at our coin here. It's a really nice 1899 Morgan dollar. Really interesting kind of dark toning. And there's the tail side. And the first thing we're going to do is punch a hole right in the middle of it. Now for Morgan dollars, I usually use a 5/8 inch punch. 1/2 inch is my go-to for most anything under $1. So we're going to switch out our 1/2 inch punch here and put our 5/8 in. And then I like to lay down a little bit of blue paper towel on each side of the coin. That's going to help protect the details from the tool here. Now, the top bit of paper towel is a little tricky. If it's too small, it won't protect the details, but if it's too big, the cone on the inside of the top part here will grab onto it and kind of move it over. So you want a nice balance between, basically smaller than the coin is a good rule of thumb. So as we tighten this down, that cone shape on the top is going to automatically center our coin right in the middle. We're going to get our punch here. And I used to think you needed some real fancy tools to drive this through. I thought you needed like a heavy duty like press, 12 tons, something like that. But actually, you can do a lot of work with a rather cheap plastic mallet. I'm going to show you that right now. We're just going to hammer this on through here. And it also helps protect your punch. So see how brand new that looks? There's no dings or dents in it. Bought a New Jersey quarter ring a few years ago. Hasn't come off my thumb since. That's what's up. Say, coin rings are cool, guys. If anybody wants to get one, we do have a fall sale right now, up to 66% off. That's not how much everything's marked off, but some of them are. So if you want to check out that sale, tap that link right here and go shopping. You know, Christmas is coming up. And we're just going to hammer this on through. Nice and easy. See, I like coin rings too. I wear them every day, but I'm a little partial. I'm a little biased, so I can make my own.
The babe was mad because we left the house without suckers and juice.
Do you need suckers?
I got them.
Okay.
Not
Love you too. If you're gonna take a kiddo on a car ride, you gotta stay properly rationed. That's looking really nice. Again, for anybody who's just joining in here, I'm Coin Ring Maker. I make coins into rings. Today we're working on this 1899 Morgan silver dollar. This is a 90% silver coin. Yeah, it's over 100 years old. I think it's going to make a really nice ring. So if you look on the inside where we punched the center out, you can see it's pretty rough. It's actually kind of sharp. So I'm going to take a deburring tool and cut away at that sharp edge until it's nice and smooth. Now this is kind of the slow boring part, so if you guys want to go check out the sale while I cut this away, you can tap the link at the bottom of the screen. If anybody has any questions, let me know. Thanks for the rose. If y'all are enjoying the live, make sure to tap the screen a couple times for me. Looks like we got 206 likes so far. Very nice. I'm going to hit it with just a little bit. This is super fine steel wool. I like it. I like the results, that's for sure. So this is 4-0 steel wool. We're just going to smooth out that inside edge there from anything our deburring tool didn't get. It should be nice and shiny now. Oh yeah. They never get tired of working on Morgan dollars. They're really very pretty. So the next step is to heat it up with some fire. This is a process called annealing. This is going to soften up the metal a bit, make it easier to fold and shape. If you look at the fire, it's a pretty consistent blue flame right now. This is propane, like camping propane. And as I heat up the coin, I'm watching the flames color. There's a couple different ways to kind of time out to know if your coin is annealed enough. And the most accurate one I've come across is just watching the flame itself and looking for kind of a orange, kind of a darker orange color to show up. It's kind of a heat feedback from the coin itself. Sometimes it comes out green because there is copper in a lot of these coins. You can see the color change right there. That should be plenty hot enough. And this is just regular old water. Dry it off. Take a look at it and start folding. If anybody has any questions, let me know. And if you'd like to check out my shop, visit buycoinrings.com. There's a link on my profile directly to the fall sale, or you can just tap this link I'm going to pin down here. It's pretty easy to find. I sure would appreciate y'all checking that out. Looking really cool. Got some nice gold toning on it. All right. So now we're going to take this over to the 1-ton arbor press. This is my workhorse right here. I get a lot of interesting comments about this tool because what I do is mostly handmade, and I consider anything powered by my hands to be a hand tool. But some people think that this 1-ton arbor press, which I use my own muscles to make work, makes my stuff not handmade. So I think that's interesting. I gotta set my phone down for just a second. Don't go away. I gotta find a phone stand. It is MIA. There it is. Alright, so here we are at the 1-ton arbor press. And for the first fold, I see a lot of people going directly to something like this. This is a 17-degree die. I see a lot of people just popping their coin in there and giving it a fold. I've found that this gets rather uneven folds. If you use it right away when the coin is still flat, it tends to kind of want to wander in the die, move around and fold unevenly. So what I like to do is get a doming block, plop it in there, and then use a Delrin ball bearing, and that gives a lot more even fold. I'm sure it's an extra step, and you need the doming block and the ball bearing, but I think that makes a much nicer first fold. And from there we can go to the 17-degree die. And now that it's got kind of a curve to it, it tends to move around a little less in here, fold more evenly, in my experience. Now that's coming along really nicely, but as you bend and shape the metal, it does tend to work harden. So usually at this point I will re-anneal it. So we're going to hop back over here and anneal it once again. If anybody has any questions, let me know. If you're enjoying the live, make sure to tap the screen. We got 825 likes. Let's go. Pretty sure we can hit 1K. And please check out the shop. I'll go ahead and link the fall sale down here. It's super easy to go to. You don't even have to leave TikTok. Just tap on that thing down there and look at my stuff. Yeah. And you know, when you order from me, you're not getting something that's made in China and been sitting in a warehouse for 12 and a half years and Lord knows what's in it. I mean, you're getting real 100-year-old 90% silver coins, at least with these Morgans. Handmade, custom to fit you. I think it's pretty cool. If you haven't yet, make sure to hit the follow button. 2,400 likes. Thank you very much for tapping the screen. I do appreciate it. Actually, I've done quite a bit of research on what you can and can't do with, coins and currency. Yeah, I've been making these for about 3 years. I've consulted lawyers. It's very similar to penny smashing machines. Have you ever seen those? Like Six Flags, SeaWorld, museums, water parks. They're all over the place. You put 50 cents in, you turn the thing. Well, you got to put a penny in as well. And put a penny in, 50 cents. They might be more expensive these days. And it impresses, Shamu or Six Flags onto it. Very, very similar legally. As long as I'm not fraudulently altering the coins, it's not against the law. So that would be like taking a dime, making it look like a penny. That's against the law. Counterfeiting, also against the law. And then if you take a coin and you alter its appearance to make it look like it's rarer or even an error, that is also against the law. Any alteration made to deceive someone is a no-go. But that's not what I do. This ring right here is a Morgan silver dollar. I've got these in a few different years. They're usually $200. They're on sale right now for $150. If you tap on this link right here, it'll take you to everything that is currently on sale. So check that out. Does that make sense, Doug? Punch the center out. I sure did. So people have been making jewelry out of coins pretty much as long as coins have existed. And while some countries have more particular rules about what you can do with coins, the United States has no problem with you making art or jewelry out of them, as long as you're not trying to deceive someone. Yeah, adding a mint mark, making it like changing the year on the coin would also be bad news. Oh, another example is hobo coins. Have you guys ever seen those? Where people will like add designs to the coin, like carve into them, engrave them. That's another example of legal alterations for like art purposes. And people have been doing that a long time. A trench art kind of thing. Love tokens. It's coming along really nicely. So this one is going to be a size 12. So I need to stretch it to at least a size 13 so we can get the shape of it right. Right now, it is a little past a 13 and a half, so we don't have to stretch it at all. That's good news. And we just annealed it. So what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this in some Blue Monster tape. This is PTFE tape. So it's usually used for plumbing purposes, but it's actually really great for maintaining detail on coin rings. So this is going to be like a protective barrier between the coin itself and the tool I'm using to change the shape of it. It works pretty good. If anybody has any questions, please let me know. Put them in the chat. If you're enjoying this live so far, make sure to tap the screen. We got 4,200 likes. Also, hit that follow button for me. It makes me feel good and warm inside every time I see somebody's followed. So I do appreciate that. Same kind you use. It's good tape. Like, I'm really glad I found this. I used to use just the regular old white stuff, and I'd wrap like 50 times. This reduces that by about a third. It's really tough. Good stuff. Yeah, the white stuff sucks, no doubt. It was better than nothing, like at the time when I first started, but this is next level. It's good tape. I have no problem giving Blue Monster free shoutouts all day long. If anybody from Blue Monster, like working for Blue Monster, ever sees my stuff, they're gonna be like, "Holy crap, this guy's been talking about us for like 2 years straight." It's good tape. Trying to find my bigger pusher. There we go. Tape is a lot better for plumbing too, I bet. How much for a ring? It depends on the coin I work with. My coin rings usually go from about $30 to $300. I do have quite a few things on sale right now. If you guys want to check those out, you can tap this link down here. One of them is only $15 right now, which is a pretty good deal. This one right here is a Morgan silver dollar. It's usually $200. I've got them for $150. And if you missed this pinned link, you can also go to the link on my TikTok profile and just tap on that and see what's on sale. Check it out. If anybody else has any questions, let me know. Good afternoon. So I get to work on a Morgan dollar today, so I'm pretty stoked. I love making these. Now, the first one I made scared the hell out of me. So I was like, damn, dude, that's like $30 if I screw up. Now they're like $40. But I've done my fair share of them. Been selling them for $100. You may consider raising your prices a little bit, especially like if you have good results. Like, there's a lot of work that goes into this. It's not easy. There's a lot of tools, and even if you know what you're doing and you have the right stuff, you still make mistakes, and they can be pretty expensive. If you sent me the coin, it depends on what kind of coin it is, how much it's going to be. If you want to send me an email at info@coinringmaker.com, that's usually how I go about it. Right now, I'm doing Morgans for $150. Usually it would be $200. But I'll extend that sale onto custom work as well. It's info, like the abbreviated information, info, 4-letter word, at coinringmaker.com. I go to shows and make them there in front of people. Yeah, I think if you're making them live for people, yeah, dude, make videos. I think you should charge a fair amount for these. Like, if you went into a jewelry store, like, what are the chances they're going to make the ring in front of you, custom to fit you, out of your chosen material? Like, it's not going to happen. I think these are definitely, like, worth what I charge for them. And, like, if you try and do the race to the bottom, try and, you know, run a business by charging the least amount possible, you're going to put yourself out of business. Because there's always going to be somebody who's going to make a Morgan dollar for $30. Like, and that's just madness. Like, I could not run a business doing that. So, something to consider. And it's not like out of greed. Like, I get a lot of, I would say, younger people commenting on my videos about what I charge for my jewelry. And it's not because I'm greedy. It's because I want my business to survive. It's hard to run a business. There's a lot of unseen expenses. I don't have any employees, so I do everything. I feel like I should be paid, you know, a reasonable wage for the effort I put into my work. And I think others should too. Don't short sell yourself. The only one getting burned when you do that is you. Thank you, thank you. If anybody else has any questions, let me know. If you haven't checked out the fall sale yet, tap this link down here or the link on my TikTok profile. I think we've got about 10 different things on sale right now. One of them 66% off, which is a pretty good deal. These Morgan dollars, which are usually $200, are $150 right now. The brand of tape is called Blue Monster. If you'll give me just a minute, I'll pull it up so you can take a screenshot. So yeah, I've gotten it off Amazon, and I've also bought it directly from like plumbing supply stores. So it's pretty common. But yeah, Blue Monster. They come in like either these really big rolls. You can get them in smaller rolls. You can also get them in like different thicknesses. So I use this for my 1 ounce rounds. I think it's, I'm not sure how thick this is. Does it say? I don't know. But you can get it in different thicknesses. I think this is 1/2 inch and this is 1/4 inch. Oh, there's 1/2 inch. I don't know why this one doesn't say what it is. If y'all can see it, let me know. But it's good stuff. I like it a lot. I like the bigger roll, except when I have to start a fresh one because it's so long. Like about halfway through, it's like perfect. These I run through really quick. 3/4 inch. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I get some interesting looks at the plumbing store when I'm like, I buy like 15 of these at a time. I don't want to run out. It's good stuff. So we have not changed the size of the ring very much at all. It was a little over 13.5. Now it is exactly 13.5. No problem. If anybody else has any questions, let me know. And make sure to check out the fall sale down here at coinringmaker.com. Get yourself something cool. Get somebody you love something cool. Custom jewelry for Christmas. It's a good idea. Like if you don't know what to get your dude friend. Dudes love these things. How do I make a Morgan size 9? I just continue to reduce it in these dies we're using over here. The one I'm using right now, this is called a Swedish wrap. And you just push them down in here, and the band gets smaller and smaller.
I apparently didn't grab enough juice.
Oh no. He's a thirsty boy. Lots of gold and silver antique coins my dad gave me before he passed. Nice. That's pretty cool. So my dad is scared to give me his coins. Can you guess why? There we go. So we got that about to a size 12 now. I'm going to push it a little further. But I got to get better leverage on it. There we go. Sometimes just the angle of the handle needs to be changed a little bit. But see, we're getting it nice and tiny now. I'm going to throw a little more tape on there and then flip it over. Almost at 10,000 likes. Let's go. All right, all 226 of you, go spend 30 seconds on this website right here. Just tap on that. Go look at what's on sale. 30 seconds. Take a look. Do it to it. Do you see it? Can you tap on it? Go look at it. Do it for me. Here's our ring so far. So you can see it's still got a little bit of a cone shape to it. It's a little wider at the top than it is at the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip it over and push it down in the die this way to even it out. Looking good. I'm going to push it a little bit further. Sometimes it'll get a little stuck in here. I got me a little wood popping stick. Push it out with 11,000 likes. Thank you guys very much. That's a lot of screen tapping. That's pretty cool of you guys. But have you hit the follow button? Have you hit the follow button? Dang, that looks nice. Oh yeah. Get a little steel wool to knock that tape and the fire scale off it a little bit. And this is 4-0 steel wool, so it's super fine, so it's not going to like scratch up the detail. Be careful buying steel wool. You want to make sure you get the super fine stuff. Yeah, it's going great, man. See, I got to make a Morgan today, so I'm having a good day. These are definitely on the top 10 list, and you can see why. Like, look at that thing. Wonderful. These are like made to be rings, in my opinion. Awesome. Check our size. See if it's about a 10. Ooh. Some CCs. That's fancy. I've never done a CC. So be careful with that one. Take your sweet time. If you look on the inside here, there's a bit of a lip, a bit of raised metal right underneath the text. We're going to cut that away so it's more uniform all the way through and a bit more comfortable. Now this is the slow boring part. If you're not super into deburring, some people think it's satisfying, but if not, go check out the sale. Links down here. It's also in my profile. Get you something cool. If I see an order come in on this live, it'll be the next thing I make, so you could see your ring get made live on TikTok. And if anybody has any questions, let me know. Say, have you worked on any of those, the newer, like Peace or Morgan Dollars, the fine silver ones? They sketch me out. I haven't worked on any yet. Hello from Spain. Thanks for stopping by and watching, man. What do I do with the middles? They move like rounds. Definitely softer. Yeah, that I've done the fine silver quarters. but I haven't done the Morgans or Peace dollars yet. They're expensive. So this is the center punch. This is the center of the coin. I make these into keychains, necklaces, or pins you could wear on like your hat or your shirt. There's a couple different options when you place your order through my website that you can add those on. And like every coin's going to have different designs on the center punch. And it's a nice matching set with your ring and maybe a keychain or a necklace. That's what I do. No, this is not a Carson City. I believe this is an O. Yeah. No, I've never worked on a Carson City. I'm not that gutsy. I try not to work on anything that's going to really piss off coin collectors. They're like my best customers. So I try to stay in the I guess it's the good grading. I don't really go into anything like MS-70 or anything like that. Unless it's directly from the mint, then they're uncirculated and they're in really good shape, but usually not super rare. Yeah, I don't want to piss off the coin collectors. Honestly, my favorite coins to get are cleaned coins because they can't say anything about those. Somebody else already ruined it for them. So I have no problem working on cleaned coins. My dad used to make rings out of silver quarters, dimes, and 50-cent pieces. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's quite the craft. So anybody who can pull it off, I definitely have respect for. I might make it look easy since I do it every day, but it's definitely not the easiest thing. Yeah, I try to stay classy with it. The oops drawer. Yeah, I keep mine right in front of me. It's actually grown into 3 oops drawers. Right here. These are all the times I screwed up coin rings or other things and kept them as reminders. Any coin ring maker worth his salt has at least one oops drawer, I think. Yeah, and let me tell you something about tools. If you throw jewelry in front of any tool, you're going to triple the name of the price. So let's say you want to get a hammer, right? Easy. You want to get a jewelry hammer? It just like it triples. It's wild. I had no idea before I started. And like a saw, you want a saw? Sure. You want a jewelry saw? Okay. Like it's in a league of its own. Ball bearings $3. Bell ball bearings $30. Yes, sir. It's really interesting because like when I first started making coin rings, I didn't have a bunch of fancy tools, but I was making videos of my progress and I put those on YouTube. And still to this day, like the videos about like using cheaper tools to make coin rings, like easy, like starting access, are my best performing videos. Yeah, I'd be screwed if there was a jewelry tool truck that came around. I'd be like, ooh, lasers. Well, since you're here, I'll have to get one of those. And like, there's so many ways to like branch out in jewelry too. Like I try to stay pretty niche with just coin rings, right? I stay in my lane. I make coins out of rings, but even that, like the variety and like weird little avenues you can go down, it's wild. I don't think I'll ever get bored with it. Like even down to the possibilities of coin designs I could work on. Like there's so many. But yeah, for anybody who's just joining in here, we're working on a 1899 Morgan silver dollar. These are usually 200. I've got them on sale right now for 150. If anybody's interested in checking those out, you can tap the link down there. And if anybody has any questions while I work on this, feel free to ask. If you're joining the live, make sure to tap the screen. We're at 13,800 likes. Freaking awesome. I'm telling you, man. Jewelry tools are not cheap. Rings, hats, keychains, necklaces, bracelets. Yeah. It never ends. It is quite the interesting rabbit hole. And like not only that, but like every coin ring maker I've come across does it different. Like everybody, you can see like subtle differences from maker to maker, which I think is totally crazy. Like two people cannot make the same coin ring. Like they're gonna end up different. Even with the same tools. I'm like, what? It's so weird. Have I done bells? I've done a few like little bells for fun. I'm not a big fan of like soldering, so I haven't gone too far into it. I've seen other people do them and like they look pretty cool. But I like to focus on rings. I try to stay in my lane. Same here, man. And most other coin ring makers are like super cool, helpful, interesting people. It's always nice to meet a new one. All artists, yeah. I'm waiting to get into this so bad. Well, hey man, check out my YouTube channel. I've got like tutorials on there. It's just called Coin Ring Maker, and I also have like a recommended tool list because it's kind of hard to figure out what you need to get started. So if you go to coinringmaker.com, there's a recommended tool list button pretty close to the top of the page. It should probably be helpful. Yeah, man, feel free to ask. Shoot them to me. Like, I used to think, like, people who started their own businesses had to be really guarded about their trade secrets, how they do things, what they do. That's not how I've chosen to run this business. I'm very open about what I do, what I use, And I'm always happy to help somebody else get started. So if anybody has any questions, let me know. I'm happy to help. Yeah. Just make sure to hit that follow button so you don't lose me, okay? I know how TikTok can be. We're almost done with this. I've had one where they keep doing that, and I appealed so many times they won't let me appeal anymore. My best suggestion for if you get a product rejected here on TikTok is just make another listing and like just change it a little bit. Like change the name, rewrite the description, use a different picture, but it's like the same thing. And like some stuff gets through and stuff doesn't. Honestly, I've been considering just like backing off TikTok Shop because I'm not a big fan of it. My biggest issue so far is Kennedys and Walkers going lopsided. Ooh, then you should definitely not try a Franklin because they will absolutely go lopsided. One thing I do recommend if you're having the same issue like that over and over again is trying like a larger punch. So that'll make the band a little thinner and it'll make it easier to control when you try to shape it. Does that make sense? Like the bigger the band, the harder it is to control like where it goes. So yeah, for $50, if you're getting kind of a weird look using a 1/2 inch, go up to like a 5/8. That's what I would recommend. It definitely helped me with my Franklins. Every time I did a Franklin, I had to spend a bunch of time like correcting the wobble. So if you want to continue with the 1/2 inch, you have to, like every time you fold it a little bit, you have to squish it flat with your arbor press. And make sure this band stays flat and stretch it again, stretch, squish. That's the best solution I found. But going to a larger punch size is also a good and easier option. What's going on? Let's see here. We're going to clean this up a little bit. Yeah, that's true. You can stretch it, but I found that has like the highest chance of snapping. Like when you try to stretch to correct. Like you can do it, but you really got to keep like your cut edge smooth before you stretch it. Actually, the Franklin, it turned out beautiful, but I spent a lot of time doing what you said. Yeah, I have to with Morgans. I have to squish them flat. They take 3 times as long as like a Walker for me because I'm doing so much correction with them. So for now, I've just gone up in my punch size, and that works way better. Hey, we just got an order in. If anybody else is looking at getting a coin ring, please check out the link down here. Thank you very much for your order. We do have quite a few things on sale, so make sure to check that out. Support small business, made in America. Coin rings, go get you one. Thank you very much. Say, I will make that as soon as we finish with this one. Yeah, those Franklins are notoriously rough. That's looking really nice. Let's check our size. 11. Target size is a 12, so we're going to go ahead and stretch this out a little bit on our ring stretcher here. Yeah, shout out to Coco Rude 3. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Now this blue paper towel serves the same purpose as the blue monster tape earlier. It prevents direct contact between the tool and the ring, and that helps keep detail on the inside of the ring as we stretch it. Still got a little way to go. And flip it over. These Morgans, I'm not sure what. It's supposed to be the same alloy, like 90% silver, 10% copper. But something about these 100-year-old Morgans, they are super tough. Like, it's kind of wild to me how well a lot of the detail remains on these coins, even for the ones that are in good condition. But like MS-70, MS-65 Morgan dollars are just beautiful. Just shy of 12. Because of the shape of the ring stretcher, I am going to go a little over 12. Because you can see it gives a bit of a cone shape, so we're going to have to correct that. Yeah, I ship all over the world. Sure do. I just go to buycoinrings.com and get you something. Lots to pick from. If anybody else has any questions, let me know. And if you haven't hit the follow button, go ahead and take 3 seconds and do that real quick. I think I'm going to take it to about 12 and a half. There we go. So now what we're going to do is slightly reduce the reeded edge here so that it'll match up with the cut edge and have a nice shape to it. Sometimes you gotta go a little back and forth, stretching and reducing. I bought an 1886 Morgan the other day, but haven't gotten the courage to do it yet. I started with a 1/2 inch and have recently changed to the 5/8, which I like much more. This one is a 5/8. I think you still get a really nice band thickness and a lot of the details you would want, and it's just not as difficult as the 1/2 inch, especially when getting to like smaller sizes. So I would get kind of a wave in the band, kind of a bulge in it when I used the 1/2 inch, and that was really hard to work out. So I moved up to the 5/8 and have really reduced that effect. So yeah, like the thicker the band, the harder of a time you're gonna have with it usually. Especially getting it to smaller sizes. Thank you. I got it right at size 12. Board I'm kicking out of the way. Clean it up with a little steel wool. Yeah, Swedish wraps are a game changer. They're really good. Especially at getting much larger coins to smaller ring sizes. You get this nice straight wall effect, whereas if I had done this with like 17-degree dies, the ring would be a lot more curved and a lot more of the edge detail would be kind of mashed in. I'm glad I got some Swedish wraps. They're definitely good. But they can go bad too. I've done my fair share of oopsies in a Swedish wrap. So you want to make sure everything is flat and even. If anything is kind of at a weird angle, your ring will kind of fold at a weird angle. Something else is with your pushers. So you want to make sure your pusher isn't going to like slip and go into your ring, because then it'll like gouge into your pusher and ruin it. So you don't want anything like too small where it'll like whoosh and do that. It'll fold your ring weird and mess up your tool. So you want something that's gonna be big enough to sit on top of your ring, but also these can like bottom out, right? So they'll only go in so far. So it's a delicate balance between like what will fit well on top of your ring and what will move in the pusher, in the die. So the real key is just take your time, make sure you're using the right thing for the right situation, and you won't run into any problems. It's when you start to rush that you usually end up making mistakes. Thank you very much, Judith. Some guys were talking about using cones. You could, but that gives it a weird shape too. I mean, it's not a bad idea, but I prefer when I see any bit of a wobble in my ring, what I'll do is I go over to a 1-ton arbor press and I'll put it on a big pusher, and then I have my puck here and I just squish out the wobble before I do anything else. And with the Morgans, I have to do this, 5 or 6 times throughout the whole process. So it'll be a little stretch or a little reduction, and then squish it. And that works the best for me. The issue with using a cone to do that is you can overdo it, and it'll give your ring kind of a weird, like, flared out shape. And then to correct that, you usually have to mash up the details right on the edge. So you're going to lose details correcting your correction. Usually I only work on US currency for legal reasons. It's just what I know I can do without getting into any trouble. And I don't want Russia being mad at me. So at this time, it's only US coins. So yeah, this is good for like fixing a little problem, but not the best. And sometimes it's just too far gone. And something else that can happen when you use the cone is you can split your ring like this. If the cut edge isn't smooth, using the cone makes the metal move a lot faster than it would on the ring stretcher. So the chances of it splitting go up quite a bit. So just be careful if that's what you're going to do. I'm pretty sure we got this the right size already, right? Size 12? We'll check again. Oh yeah, size 12. If you guys haven't yet, make sure to check out the fall sale. These Morgan silver dollars are usually $200. Right now they're $150. And there's a lot of other really cool coin rings on sale. I've got some for as low as $15. So if you want to get some of my work custom made for you, tap the link down here or go to the link on my profile and it will take you directly to the fall sale. Now we get to do my favorite part, make this nice and shiny and pretty. We're going to start with this called Mother's Aluminum and Mag Polish. Mag and aluminum polish, yeah. Any coin from 87. I've got quarters and half dollars from 1987, but they're both going to be copper. They don't really have any silver or 90% silver 1987 coins that they made. I do have 1986, but not anything from 1987 that's going to be silver. And the real difference between like 90% silver and copper is copper can turn your fingers green. It's just something copper does. You can put clear fingernail polish on your ring to help prevent that, but it will need to be reapplied. With 90% silver and fine silver, that's not really an issue. I do like to be upfront about that. Yeah, no problem. So yeah, I have the Washington quarter from 1987, and I have Kennedy half dollars from 1987 that I can make into rings. I need to get a drink of something. My throat's drying out. But this right here, this is magic polish, guys. This is Mother's. It's amazing. I don't know. I've never really had any issues with it. I use it pretty much every day. And I wash my hands pretty much as soon as I'm done with it. It says keep out of your eyes and don't eat it, but it doesn't say I have to wear gloves. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. And I actually got a pleasant surprise today from this company, Sunshine Supply. They saw me using this mother's polish, and they were like, no, you need to use our polish. So they sent me this Summer Shine metal polish. I'm going to be testing this a little later today against the mothers and seeing which one works better. It's really nice that they sent me that. If you want to check them out, shout out to Summer Shine Supply. Pretty cool. But that'll be a little later today. Why are your rings made out of coins? That's just what I work on. It's my medium. I make coin rings. That's that's the niche. That's just what I do, my dude. Got a little bit of blue tape in that 8 I gotta pick out of there. And the P. Other than that, it looks pretty good. Yeah, no problem. If anybody else has any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Thank you. Got it. Nice. It's just a little toothpick. Dip it in some water. That'll help get any of that residual polish off the ring surface. Oh, I do. You can see the entire process if you go to my YouTube channel, Coin Ring Maker, or you can just go to my profile here and see the sped up version of it. Usually under 2 minutes. But yeah, I show the whole process on a lot of my TikTok videos. It's looking really, really nice. Always like making a Morgan dollar coin ring. Another short ad break. If you guys have not checked out the fall sale, seen what's on sale at coinringmaker.com, tap the link down below. Check it out. Do it. Tap the button. That looks freaking fantastic. Look at that, guys. It's beautiful. It throws that light around. Whew. Beautiful. What do we think? I'll rate it 1 out of 10 in the comments. See what the average opinion of the ring is. 1 out of 10, throw it down. Let's see some numbers. I think it's pretty good. 10. Thank you very much, CJ. One problem I do have is once I start polishing rings, I just want to keep doing it. I want them to be so freaking shiny. But I can't find my polishing cloths. It's a sad day. Usually I can get a mirror reflection in it. You see my fingers? That's pretty good. Look at that. How many fingers am I holding up? Can you see? That's pretty good. Very nice. It's a shame I gotta send this off in the mail. I would totally wear it. It looks great. I like it. I'm gonna miss you, little ring. Alright, guys. I'm gonna take a short break, catch my breath, and then I'm gonna hop back on here and make the order I got on this live. Do I do anything with color at all? Just plain coins, yeah. Yeah, I just polish and polish and polish. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this live, make sure to hit the follow button so you can catch me next time I go live and make another coin into a ring. And if you want to check out the fall sale, go visit buycoinrings.com. Should be pretty easy to find. You can just tap the website link on my TikTok profile. And if anybody has any questions before I go, now is the time to ask them. Thank you very much for stopping by and watching me work. I do appreciate it. Y'all keep me smiling and honest. So, thanks for watching. That looks great. Very nice. All right. You guys have a great day. We'll catch you next time. Peace.